So this is the Akashic Wednesday wisdom meditation that is supporting you with your practice, with your connection with the Akashic Records. And so for those that don't know me, my name's Marina, the Soul Alchemist, and I support my clients with connecting with their soul identity, being able to kind of bring themselves into alignment with that soul identity, but also connecting with their non-beneficial energies, their karmic blocks and restrictions, their baggage that they are still holding on to and still upholding in some way. And I help them to connect with that and also to release it from the Akashic Records. So this is kind of what I do in my job. This is what I'm here to do. And so today, or every Wednesday, what we do is I do these lives, these practices to really kind of help support you with your own practice so that you can become a master of your practice, of you connecting in with your Akashic Records. So this is what I do. Hopefully, for those that have been tuning in for a little while now, you're starting to feel more comfortable, more confident with connecting with your Akashic Records, but you're also starting to see some shifts with, perhaps certain kind of beliefs or certain emotions, certain triggers that are no longer kind of as strong, or they just don't seem to be coming up as much. And that's when you know that you've actually healed something, definitely within your Akashic Records. So you also might see that, the physical benefits of actually using your Akashic Records. So you might find that your health is starting to improve, that your sleeping has got better, that your relationships just seem easier, that you are actually attracting maybe more clients into your business, or that your money has improved. So these are all the positive benefits of using the Akashic Records, and really empowering yourself with your own soul's journey. So I can see that a couple of people have joined live, so you're very welcome. Can't actually see the comments though. Hopefully people can hear me. I'm just going to check my phone just to make sure. And so today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be connecting in with limited mindset. So this is the stuff that doesn't support us when we are when we're trying to move ourselves forward. So we can kind of get in a very disempowering state for whatever reason. There's no kind of like blame or judgment here, but we can at times just think there's just no way that I can do this. I can make this happen. I've been struggling with this. I've been challenged by this for too long, and it's just not happening for me. And there might be that you've had, experienced, setback and delays and things happening. And it's just like, why is this happening to me? And we can really fall into this kind of negative cycle of disempowerment, because what we're doing is we're handing our power to that thing, that very thing that we want to change. We just can't seem to kind of find our way out of it, or find a way to improve it. So we either accept it and just then kind of come to terms with it. I can never have this. I can never do this. This is not meant for me. I've, maybe done something really bad in a past life or whatever, and this is payback. And this is all a load of rubbish. So what we need to do is we need to just get a fresh perspective, and we need to start to take our power back. And the quickest way, the easiest way to get your power back is, well, I'm not going to fall into this, I can't do it. It's kind of, well, how can I make this happen? And so just reframing your mindset. What this does is it kind of means that your mind and your ego can then start to look for ways, well, how can I actually make this happen? Rather than, I can't do this, I can't do that. Life is always hard. It's always a struggle. It's a challenge. Things never work out for me. I can never get a break. I can never get ahead. This is kind of like, well, actually, let's flip it. And, oh, right. Okay. Well, what could I do? Who could I talk to? Who could I reach out to? Could I possibly do this to make this happen? And so it opens up, it expands your perception. And your ego will start to look for ways of, how this can actually happen. So you can start a bit of a chain reaction. You can start to get some movement. So this is fantastic. So this is what I want to kind of really just turn your mind around. So if there's something that you just haven't been able to kind of just manage or to kind of get going, then I want you to have that in your mind before you go into the Akashic Records. This is the thing that I would like to make changes on. This is the thing that I would like to start to get movement on and make a way forward. And what we will do energetically is just to see if there's anything else, any old programming, any trauma, or any bits and pieces that are in the Akashic Records that are not supporting you with changing your mindset around this thing that you would like to actually embark on. Now, I'm saying this as a kind of like a reality check. So whatever we do in the Akashic Records today isn't going to magically turn your life around, because we're still in a physical human body. And so we live in a third dimensional vehicle. This is our physical body. And it takes a lot of energy to move our body. And we work in a much slower way than the fourth and fifth dimensions and above. So we do have to allow ourselves time for things to happen, but we need to start taking baby steps. And the baby steps will give them, will gain momentum. And once the universe sees that we're doing something about this, then of course the universe will support us. But it's about taking those small steps. And some of it will feel uncomfortable. Some of it your ego will not want to go through because it will feel new, it will feel scary. And, you still might have those things, oh my God, I can't do this. But by taking those positive steps, those more aligned steps, you're showing your ego that actually this is okay, it is safe, and we can do this. We are finding a way to make it happen. We take our power back and we're not giving it away, which is what disempowering, this is when we disempower ourselves, we basically give our power away, and we just kind of let things land, and let's just go through life and see what happens. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to make the most of our human experience and enjoy it to its maximum potential. But that's down to us, and that's about us choosing to do that. So how can we make it happen? So as I say, it's not going to be quick, it's not necessarily going to be easy either, but that's okay. Once we start to see some movement and we start to see things changing, that changes our demeanor, that gives us some determination, that gives us some confidence to keep going. So I was tuning in just before I came on, and the beautiful goddess Kali wants to support us with this mindset and just releasing some of these programs, the trauma, the cords, whatever it might be, where perhaps you've really been disempowered and you've disempowered yourself, not been disempowered by other people. That's another thing that we tend to do. We like to pass the blame. We've disempowered ourselves. And, some of it might have been very, very, very challenging lifetimes where we've disempowered ourselves. Because it would have been a life and death situation. And so we want to just remove or release any of the hold there, any of the cords, anything that we can, kind of disconnect from. We're just going to use Kali. Kali's going to support us with just taking those energies, releasing those energies, those lifetimes, those stories, whatever it might be, from us, from our energetic being. So then when we come to maybe think of the thing that you would really like to start to focus on and change and take your power back on, it is going to feel easier just from a mental perspective or behavior perspective. You're going to just feel more motivated and confident and maybe curious. Okay, well, why not? Let's just give it a go and just see, how can I make this happen? And just, bring it up a notch, bring it up, the vibration of it up a little, kind of a little bit. So this is what this is my intention for the work today. So I hope this is resonating with most of you. There's going to be something in there where we've disempowered ourselves on, perhaps repeatedly, or maybe just once or twice. It's just, oh my God, there's just no way I can make this happen. You can, you absolutely can. In some small way, you can make this happen. Doesn't need to be the big thing that you maybe have in your head, but you can do a smaller version and you can start to take your power back. We give our power away a lot, especially in relationships, as you know, with our boundaries or lack of them. Okay, so I will check the comments at the end of the session once I've stopped recording. Okay, so what I would like you to do is we're going to do a short connection. We're going to connect to Divine Source. We're going to bring in our spiritual support teams, and then I'll connect you with your Akashic records. So first of all, I'd like you to place your hands palm upwards. Just rest them gently on the lap. And then if you'd just like to close your eyes for me. And if you'd just like to take a deep breath in. And we're just going to call back your energy from across time and space, people and events. And on that out breath, I just want you to release anything that's not serving you, any other people's energies that you've picked up from today, just releasing those back to the earth. And again, take another deep breath in, calling back your energy from across time and space, people and events. And on that out breath, just allow the shoulders to relax, the forehead to soften, the jaw to slacken, and just give yourself some thanks and some appreciation for giving yourself this time today, just for these few minutes to connect, to be in your Akashic records, to connect with your own soul's journey and wisdom, and with your guide, your spiritual support team. And again, take another deep breath in, calling back your energy from across time and space, people and events. And on that out breath, I want you to bring your attention to your heart space. And I want you to imagine that this is a big pink ball of beautiful energy. Just sense, feel, imagine, or just know that that pink ball of energy is at the heart. This is your heart chakra that we're just asking to be expanded and to grow. And you actually might feel this physically growing in the chest, maybe perhaps pushing against the back. And we're just really connecting in with the heart space, bringing your attention to the heart. And this is a really good practice just to get out of your head. Whenever you feel overwhelmed or that you feel that your head is just full of stuff, full of thoughts and things to do and stress and anxiety, just a few deep breaths and bringing your attention and your awareness down to the heart just brings that sense of peace, calmness. And I want you to just now push that pink golden sphere through the body, down through the stomach, through your hips, down through your legs, down through your feet. And just intend or imagine that you're pushing with your mind that pink sphere of energy. And it's going down, down, down into the earth, deep, deep into the earth. Deeper and deeper. And we're taking this ball of energy right down to the heart of Mother Earth. So you'll start to see a crystal getting bigger and bigger. And this crystal is located at the center of the planet. And it's filled with crystalline energies. And just imagine, sense, feel, or know what that kind of crystal is today, whatever it is. And you may just see a color. Just know that this is exactly what you need to nourish and nurture the physical body, to allow you feel fully grounded and connected with the earth. So take your pink ball of energy and I want you to push it into the crystal. And you'll see that both of those, both your sphere of light, your pink ball of light, And that crystal will start to integrate, will start to mingle, and the colours may start to mix together. And that crystalline energy is fully embodying your pink chakra, your pink ball of light. And that pink ball of light is sparkling and glowing with that other beautiful crystal energy. And I want you to now start to physically or mentally or intend to draw that pink ball of light back up. So it's been filled with this crystalline energy. And as you draw the pink ball back up, you'll notice that there's a cord, crystalline cord of energy that's going to keep you tethered and connected to the earth. So bringing the ball of energy back up through the soil, higher and higher, up through the earth, higher and higher. We're going to take that pink ball of energy up through your Earth Star chakra, which is about 1.5 meters below your feet. And as we take this pink ball of energy through each aspect of your body, they're going to be opened, they're going to be balanced, and they're going to be switched on. So we're going to take it up through the Earth Star chakra, bringing the pink ball of energy up through the feet again. You may start to feel tinglings now because we've got the crystalline cord also attached. Bringing it up through the legs, up to the knees, up to the thighs, up through the root chakra at the base of the spine, up through the sex organs, through the sacral chakra, up through the navel, which is below your belly button, up through the solar plexus, which is above your belly button, up to the heart, and your heart just opens even more. As that pink ball of energy just travels through the heart, up to the throat, also down the arms, all the way down to your palms. And just imagine your palm chakras opening. The throat chakra is expanding, taking that pink ball of energy up to the third eye, the point between your eyebrows. Seeing it now going around into the ears, each side of your head, up into the eardrums and the ear chakras. Taking it into the middle of the head through the pineal and pituitary glands. And then taking it higher again up to the crown, and your crown chakra opens, and that pink ball of energy just pops up through the top of your head. We're going to take it through the etheric chakras now, so the soul star chakra above your head, the universal chakra, which is higher again, and then this stellar gateway right at the top, which connects us to the 12th dimension. Take the pink ball of energy now to the back of the head, where you would imagine perhaps having a ponytail. And this is your causal chakra. This is your connection to your Akashic records in the 5th dimension and your gateway into those realms. Bringing that pink ball of energy now up to the top of the room. So right into the ceiling, to the top of the ceiling. And we're now going to invite a connection to divine source. So I want you to imagine now that there's a golden sphere of light that's starting to make its way through the ceiling of the room that you're in. And this connects with that pink sphere of light, that light that you've pushed from your heart. And it is now being filled with the golden divine source light as you make that connection with Creator. Your pink sphere of light is taking on this beautiful golden energy. So it's like almost like a pinky gold. And once that connection has been made and your sphere of light has been completely filled with creator substance, it starts to drop again through the etheric chakras above your head. It starts to make its way through the crown, through the pineal and pituitary glands, through the throat, and it starts to settle at the heart. So your heart chakra light has now been returned, but it has that full connection with the earth and that full connection with divine source. That golden sphere of light, which is at the top, of the room. It's just going to make its way now around your body, around the room, and it's just leaving almost like a trail of golden energy. It's filling your space with this beautiful golden light. And your auric field just absorbs this light. So you're being held completely in divine source energy, feeling at peace, feeling contented, feeling relaxed. And just while you sit here, we're now going to invite your spiritual support team, all beings of 100% pure love and light. Please step into our space, into our rooms, to hold the energy whilst we connect with our Akashic records. And we're going to call in the 6 archangels that will particularly hold space around you. Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Please place yourselves horizontally around our physical body. Archangel Sandalphon, we wish to invite you to hold the space below our feet. And Archangel Metatron, please hold the space above our heads. So imagine these 6 archangels are now holding hands. They are connecting above and below, holding you in an angelic source of light. And we're now going to ask you to connect with your Akashic record. So we're going to bring your attention now to your third eye, that point between your eyebrows. And I want you to maybe start to feel a pressure, a pressing. As we activate the third eye, we're waking it up. And this is going to support you with your intuition and your connection with the Akashic records and with your guides. We're going to request that your ego now leaves the room. So just imagine that your ego is now stepping away from the body. Imagine this as a person or an energy. With a smile on their face, they walk to the door. They open the door, shut the door gently behind them. And so now you know that you're just here with your guides, and any guidance that you receive today, whether it be emotionally, whether it be in your mind, whether it's just a sense of knowing, or maybe you hear it. However you receive your messages and your guidance today, you know it's coming from your guides and not the human mind. So this purple portal of light is starting to make itself known at the third eye, and it's starting to get bigger in front of you. And bigger, and it gets so big that you can actually step through that purple portal of light. And I want you to find yourself in a corridor. Some of you will be quite familiar with the corridor now, and this leads you to your Akashic records. As you walk down the corridor, I want you to start to turn your senses on. Start to turn on your hearing. So start to maybe hear your footsteps. Perhaps reach out to the walls and start to maybe sense what the walls feel like. If you can, use your imagination, or maybe visually see the corridor. Has it got lights, wallpaper, maybe perhaps wood paneling, windows? Just walk your way down to the door. And if you can, visualize the door, or just know that the door is there. And notice what your door looks like today. And on the door, there will be some details for you to check for: your full name, your date of birth, and your place of birth. This is so you know that you're going into your own Akashic records and not somebody else's. Once you sense, feel, know that those details are there, place your hand on the door handle, open the door of your Akashic records and step into your cosmic library, allowing the door to shut gently behind you. Take a few more steps in and just take in your environment, or how it feels to be in your Akashic records. This is your knowledge base, your wisdom, your connection to your soul's journey from its creation. So this will feel like you're coming home. You will feel comfortable being in this space. And just notice if you can see lots of books or sense that there's lots of books, lots of lifetimes all around you. And perhaps if your Akashic records have changed since the last time you came, and these can change, and that's okay, it's all perfect. Once you've got your bearings in the Akashic records, I want you to step forward and head towards the long, large table in the middle of your library. And there on the table, you will see that there's one large book. This is your present lifetime book that is being constantly updated with all of the choices, all of the consequences, the thoughts, the memories, your behaviors, your actions, everything that you're doing is being recorded every millisecond of the day. And we're going to now invite your guides, your Akashic record keepers, and any other guides that wish to step into the space for you today. Start to feel their presence walking towards you from the left-hand side. Start to feel them getting closer. And when you're ready, I want you to face your guides and just notice how many guides have appeared today. Your guides, again, may look different from the last time you saw them. For some of you may not even see your guides. It might be just a sense that there's an energy there. Or they may present themselves as perhaps an angel or an animal or just a colour. This is all perfect. There's no right or wrong in terms of how your guides will show themselves. And your guides are smiling and are delighted that you are here today to connect with them and for them to support you with the work that you wish to do today. Your guides know that we are looking for blocks and restrictions, whether they're ancestral, genetic, or your own. We're looking for blocks and restrictions that are not supporting you with empowering yourself, perhaps with a particular situation or circumstance. So your guides are excited because they have some things that they wish to bring forward. But before we do that, there's a particular light being that wishes to support us today. And this is the goddess Kali, the Hindu goddess that uses her dagger to cut the cords of all that doesn't serve us. And today she wishes to support us with cutting the cords to these blocks, these restrictions, these programs, implants, trauma, conditioning, stories, excuses that we find ourselves connected to still, that we still haven't been able to disconnect ourselves from. And so Kali wishes to help us energetically with the work today. So start to see a beautiful goddess step into your Akashic records. She's smiling. She steps forward to greet you. And feel free to introduce yourself both to your guides and to Kali if you haven't already done so. And Kali gently takes your hands and she leads you over to a corner of your Akashic records. And in this corner, there is a small table and a large leather chair. Kali is inviting you to sit on the leather chair. And you'll notice that on that table, that small table beside you, there are a number of books. I just want you to notice how many books there are. Now, there might be a big pile of books, or there may only just be one. You just get a sense of how many books there are. Just the first number that comes to your mind will be the right one. Carly is asking you to take these books, pick them up, place them on your lap. And as you place them on your lap, you'll notice that there are now cords appearing from these books that are connected to your body and your auric field. Carly's telling you that there's nothing to be afraid of. Just remain relaxed. But these cords are keeping you connected to these lifetimes, these stories, these circumstances of perhaps trauma or choices that are no longer serving you, where you have disempowered yourself, not seen a way forward, or just believed that it wasn't possible, that you were not strong enough, that things were just too hard, too challenging, and you couldn't see a way out. Carly is letting you know that this is now the time to give yourself permission to let these lifetimes, these energies, these stories, memories, implants, programming, trauma go. So I'm now just stating that anything that we release today, all of the knowledge, the wisdom and the learning, the lessons, the growth, the expansion, will all be kept in the Akashic Records, will all be kept and remain accessible whenever we wish to connect and find out more. But we do wish to release, if it's for the highest good of all, any energies that are no longer supporting us, that we are ready to step out of, any patterns of behavior, any limited mindset. We are now ready to release and let go. So just get a sense or a feel or just know or see or imagine how many cords do you have in total that are connected to these books? And Carly is just reminding you to relax. Carly now starts to walk around you, and in her hand she has a large pair of blue scissors. Very gently, she's going to just start to walk around. She's going to start to cut these cords. She's cutting these cords. We're going to request that those cords are returned back to Divine Source to be transmuted into energy that can be used elsewhere. The cords themselves will just dissolve and disappear back to Divine Source. Just allow Carly to cut those cords to those lifetimes. And if you can, get a sense of what happened in those lifetimes, or maybe just one, and how you disempowered yourself. What were you doing? How did you give your power away? Was it to another person? Was it to a situation, a set of circumstances? And there's no right or wrong here. It's all perfect because you chose it. But now you're taking your power back by releasing the energetic hold that it has on you at the moment. So those cords have now all disappeared. And Carly just comes around you and places a cloak of healing. I want you to just get a sense of what this cloak of healing feels like, looks like. Just know that that cloak is there. Perhaps get an idea of the colour of the cloak. And this is just going to heal all of the wounds. And if some of those cords were connected to your auric field, the cloak will heal all of the connections where those cords were. So we're restoring the divine soul blueprint, your divine soul blueprint, back to its origination. So there will be no aspects of those cords left within the bodies. Everything has been completely released. And your divine soul blueprint is being restored with this cloak, this healing cloak that Kali has provided and placed around you. So just soak up that energy from the cloak. You may even see, sense, or feel that cloak glowing, because that healing energy has been transferred into the body. And you'll notice that those cords have disappeared from the books. And then you'll notice that the healing has started to be turned down. The cloak is starting to stop glowing. And Kali steps forward and just takes that cloak away from you, from your shoulders, from your back. You can now hand those books back to your Akashic Record keeper, who will place them back into their rightful place once we've left. Kali is now inviting you to stand up from the chair and make your way back to the table, to your present lifetime book. And beside the book on the table, you'll notice that there's a pen. Pull the book towards you, and you'll notice that that healing and the cloak and the image of Kali has already been installed and recorded into your present lifetime book. But with the pen, I want you to now write the following statement that's going to help anchor your change of mindset, your change of perception around the things that you find or feel that you can't achieve. So with the pen, I now want you to write, whenever I feel challenged or I am giving my power away, I recognize that I can take my power back, and I can ask myself, how can I make this happen? So write those words, or just imagine yourself that those words appearing in the page of the book. And what we're doing is we're anchoring this success statement into your book. We've installed it, we've imprinted it into your present lifetime. And so it just means that you're going to be more open, more resolute in keeping your power with you and finding those solutions, those baby steps forward. So now stepping away from that book, from the table, Kali just wishes to give you a gift. So open out your hands, and this could be an object, a symbol, a word, a colour. Just allow Kali to drop that symbol, that object into your hands. And when you're ready, open up your hands and just take a look. And if you're not sure what this means, ask Carly for insight. And then when you're ready, you can say goodbye to Carly and your Akashic Record guides, again, in any way that feels appropriate. And then start to head towards the door of your Akashic Records. Once you've got to the door, take one more look around your library. Open the door, step into the corridor, and allow the door to shut behind you. And actively say in your mind or out loud, I now close my Akashic Records. Start to head towards that purple swirling light at the end of the corridor. And then when you're ready, step through that purple swirling light. Start to bring yourself back into the physical body. Start to rub your thighs. Start to rub your feet on the floor. And start to bring yourself back into the body, allowing yourself to ground. And what we're doing is both physically ground, rubbing the thighs. What we're doing is we're grounding the energy, we're grounding the healing into the physical body so that you can then get further insight, further wisdom, and also to really kind of take on that more positive mindset, taking your power back. We're just allowing all of that we've just experienced to be really physically grounded into the body as well. Make sure you drink lots of water over the next 24 hours because your guides and your higher self will continue to integrate that healing, integrate all of what we've just done into your divine soul blueprint, into your experience. And then really just start to take notice of where you feel that you are giving your power away and where you can start to take it back, and just really have a sense of how things have changed and how you feel different, perhaps how you feel more motivated. And remember, it's going to be a journey. It's baby steps, but it's baby steps in the right direction. And it's those small steps that allow you to then create momentum. And then once we get that momentum going, then it's just easier. It takes less effort and less energy to keep that ball going. And the more that you see start to change and kind of activated, then you feel more confident, you feel happier, you feel fulfilled, and it's just kind of a perpetual cycle. But we've made the first steps by just cutting those cords from those lifetimes that were not serving us. So do let me know how you get on. If you're watching the replay, do put #replay. If you've got any questions, please tag me and I'll come back to you. I hope you enjoyed that session. And if you want to work with me any deeper, one-to-one, then please do connect with me. I do that in a number of ways. I will put in this post actually a link to my Akashic masterclasses if you want to go deeper into those. I do different themes every month. It's a 2-hour masterclass. It's incredible value, and it's very similar journey to this, but we will go deeper with some activities, specific activities before we go into the meditation. I also include a pendulum activation just to add some extra magic to the session. So if you are interested in taking part in any of those, then please do get in touch. Okay, love and blessings, and I'll speak to you soon.